Welcome back to Thone's Nibbles number 196, coming from 1 Timothy chapter 6, Honoring Masters. This is from 1 Timothy 6, 1 through 5. Let as many bondservants as are under the yoke count their own masters worthy of all honor, so that the name of God and his doctrine may not be blasphemed. And those who have believing masters, let them not despise them because they are brethren, but rather serve them because those who are benefited are believers and beloved. Teach and exalt these things. If anyone teaches otherwise and does not consent to wholesome words, even the words of our Lord Jesus Christ, and to the doctrine which accords with godliness, he is proud, knowing nothing, but is obsessed with disputes and arguments over words, from which come envy, strife, reviling, evil suspicions, useless wranglings of men of contempt minds, and destitute of the truth, who suppose that godliness is a means of gain. From such withdraw yourself. Okay, we're talking about, in the general sense, masters and slaves. Why is this in the Bible? And that is, it's to deal with the relationships, but with between people of different status. It's intended for all believers, and this applies to boss-worker relationships as well as the more traditional master-slave kinds of situations. Application to my life. It is important that we make good decisions about those who are above us, whether in a boss-employee situation, a rich and poor situation, an authority versus layman situation. In any case, we should take the high road and behave in the godly way, no matter if we largely agree with them or hardly agree with them at all. We should not favor one over another. God says respect is what the Lord always expects from his people. Respect is the expected. And my personal response, Lord, help me interact with others as you would, neither with conflict nor with favoritism. And, just briefly, we've talked about this before in this series. Masters and slaves, God never wanted that to be, but he recognized that it was, and so he put in these words of protection and honor between them. That has carried down to respecting our boss and the boss respecting the employee, a rich person being respected, but also poor people being respected. The authority, the expert, with layman's working for him, the communications must be just, they must be gentle, and they must be respectful. That's taking the high road. We should behave in a godly manner, whether we agree with the person that we're speaking to or not, and that goes in both directions, bosses and workers. We can't just be one or the other. We cannot have any favoritism. This person, when he's in the work environment, this person is fairly low down the totem pole on what he is compared to the high person. Yet, and please understand this lowly person may wind out actually be one of the elders in the church that the boss man goes to. And so they need to respect each other in their own areas. And, the fact that this person isn't the greatest carpenter ever was, for a construction company doesn't mean he isn't the greatest person who preaches about a carpenter in Israel 2,000 years ago. And so we have to understand what it is that we're trying to honor. And the point is, we honor the Lord always. And we listen to everyone with respect, whether we agree with everything they're saying, which kind of makes it ho-hum, I know what he's going to say next, or some of the things he's saying, that gets a little exciting, or hardly any of the things that he's saying. And that gets kind of grim sometimes. But we always honor and respect each other, no matter what our statuses are, relative one to another. So I guess that completes this lesson, and we'll see you next time.